Hey guys, it's Hunter. Welcome back to another episode of Askafish. Let's just jump straight to your questions. Gibson is actually bankrupt now? Yeah, so the big news of the morning is that Gibson has officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. This is being reported by Reverb, by Bloomberg, by the Wall Street Journal, even USA Today. So truth be told, and I didn't really want to admit it, but I've kind of been expecting this since the March 30th New York Times article. At first I thought because of the timing, it had to be a joke. The CEO, he's very good at putting a business spin on everything. For example, when Gibson laid off 15 custom shop employees, he said that the staff reductions were, quote, part of a broad initiative throughout the company to prepare for refinancing. But in this interview, he literally came out and said that trying to turn Gibson into a music lifestyle company was a very poor decision. And I was like, there is no way they're straight up admitting that. March 30th, it has to be an early April Fool's joke. But this wasn't Ultimate Guitar, it's the New York Times. The New York Times doesn't joke around like that. But yeah, Gibson has filed for bankruptcy protection. All the debt that they took on for acquisitions just unfortunately hasn't worked out for them. I'm sure you've heard all about this. There's a million videos on the topic, so we'll just stick with the news that broke today. So according to the statement, the filings will allow the company's musical instruments and professional audio business to continue to design, build, sell, and manufacture legendary Gibson and Epiphone guitars, as well as KRK and Sirwin Vega studio monitors and loudspeakers without interruption. No word on Kramer though. Yeah, so this is really happening, and it looks like the CEO is going to retain his position through the reorganization, which I know a lot of you have mixed feelings on. Personally though, I think he's the guy that knows the company and its workings most intimately, so honestly he's probably the best guy for the job right now. And it's crazy too, because this is right on the heels of Tronicle, the guys that made the robot tuners, suing Gibson over an alleged breach of an exclusive research and development agreement, and Gibson responding by saying that's just a PR stunt. Tronicle is being sued by Gibson for accepting funding for product they failed to deliver. So it seems like a pretty big mess, one which I'm glad I'm not in charge of sorting out. But all we can do really is wait and see. A federal judge has to sign off on the restructure plan, and unsecured lenders could still demand liquidation, but personally, I'm pretty hopeful. And bear in mind, I'm speaking as someone who doesn't know the inner workings of the company, but as a consumer, I feel like Gibson has needed a reboot for a long time. It's an iconic brand, no doubt, but with the QC issues and PR problems, a reset is the perfect opportunity to reconnect with the guitar community, come in with a fresh image. If they take a serious look at all the criticisms and refocus on the guitars like they say they're going to do, this could be the start of a new golden era for Gibson. So what are your thoughts on all this? Hopeful, disappointed, excited, depressed? Let me know in the comments. Please review the Ibanez S521. You must be new. Hey, what's your thoughts on the ESP BB-600 baritone Benjamin Burnley signature model? Alright, obviously I'm a huge fan of LTD Eclipses. I don't even know how many times I've been asked about this particular model. So Benjamin Burnley is the lead vocalist, main songwriter, and one of the rhythm guitarists of Breaking Benjamin, and his signature LTD Eclipse has a couple of interesting features. It shares a lot of the same specs as other guitars I've demoed on the channel: mahogany body with a maple cap, set through maple neck, 24 fret ebony fingerboard with a 14-inch radius instead of 12 because LTD. It also has a quilted maple veneer and full satin finish, which looks sick with the red Seymour Duncan JB59 pickups. But what sets this Eclipse apart is that it's got a 27-inch baritone scale length. That's longer than the scale length of even my Michael Kelly 507, so that should be awesome for drop tunings, especially since it comes set up for 13s. Then what I'm even more excited to try is the piezo pickup integrated into the GraphTech bridge and tailpiece. From my understanding, a piezo is essentially a microphone that lets you amplify physical vibrations. So basically what that means is you can record it as if it were an acoustic guitar. You can use just the Duncan pickups normally, or just the piezo, or blend them, or run them individually in stereo. So a baritone loaded with a piezo, and it's an LTD single cut? Yes, please. And I have been trying to get one on the channel for so long. There's actually a list of guitars that I ask the Samash staff about every time I go into the store, and the BB-600 is on there. They just never had one in stock. The SE Chris Robertson is another one, by the way. So I actually emailed someone at ESP about collaborating directly, showed them my content, showed them the English and Chinese versions, and they said they'd keep me in mind if they were looking for someone to demo the new models. I'm not exactly holding my breath on that, but hopefully I'll be able to check one out soon because look at it. But what do you think about the BB-600? poll in the top right. Before we get into the last question, I just want to remind you that we do have a Discord server now, and I gotta say, it's a ton of fun. It's insane. It's like real-time text and image chat for everyone in the community, and I'm really enjoying those memes. Pat and Simon are also quite active members, so if you've ever wanted to interact with the rest of the crew or just get a thumb rating for your guitar, you should totally join. Link is in the description. Click it. Can you demo the PRS SE Zach Myers? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Ooh, that would be interesting. So if you don't know who Zach Myers is, let me save you a quick Google search. He's best known as the current sole guitarist in Shinedown, though he also has another band called The Farewell. He's a PRS artist, and his SE model looks sick. It's based off of an SE 245 custom, mahogany body, beveled maple top with a flame maple veneer, 245S pickup set, wide fat neck shape, 24.5-inch scale length, and 22 frets. The finish is what PRS calls Trampus Green, I hope that's how you pronounce it, and it's cool. It looks very classy. There are a couple of things that set it apart from regular customs though. It's got an F-hole and it's semi-hollow. It's also got a PRS adjustable stoptail bridge. To be completely honest, I'm not sure what the tonal difference is between this one and the one that's on the regular 245s, but this one does look more robust for sure. So yeah, like most guitars that I answer questions about in these Ask-a-Fish episodes, I'm totally down to demo one of these. I haven't made a video on a semi-hollow yet, and plus, look at that finish. I'm surprised there haven't been more shouts for this one, honestly. So what do you think of the Myers SE? Yay, nay, poll in the top right. And that'll do it for this week's episode of Ask-a-Fish. Feel free to leave your thoughts on anything discussed in the comments. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications by clicking the little bell, and of course, social media links are down below. As always, thanks so much for watching, you've been awesome, and I'll see you for the next video.